that the Constitution extends to all people in the United States, including immigrants.
We believe that everyone has a right to due process.
We believe that no person is illegal.
We believe that refugees are supposed to be in the United States.
I mean, we believe that families should remain intact, and there's no reason to separate them at the border as punishment.
We're committed to people. We're not committed to parties. We're committed to the people.
We believe that we're all human beings and we deserve to be treated well.
Raíces was founded in 1986 and born from the sanctuary movement, which itself was a response to immigration policies in the early 80s that really made it impossible for Central American refugees to seek protection here in the United States.
It was a two-person office to begin with. We didn't have air conditioning or heat. We were distributing food, clothing, had medical care. We weren't doing visa work until probably around 2000.
When I started at Raíces almost 20 years ago, we were only 3 people, okay? 1 attorney, another legal assistant, and myself.
We've been here for a long time, and yes, we've met each crisis as it's come.
We just need to keep growing and growing because there is a lot of people out there that needs our help.
We have a family detention program. We prepare people for their credible fear interviews.
We're in the detention centers every day, talking to our clients, hearing their stories.
We have a children's program. We provide legal presentations for the children's rights.
Children need representation while they're still in detention. Otherwise, they would go to court alone.
We have community immigration services, which can range from renewing an application for DACA to applying for citizenship to applying for a visa on behalf of a crime victim.
We have a refugee resettlement program.
We help them to adjust into this country. We help them with housing and food and medical.
But also when they move to other cities in this country and need continuing services.
It's really about creating those partnerships with the community to make sure that our new community members feel welcome and safe and protected.
Last year I was almost deported, and Raíces came in, and without knowing anything about me, they helped me, and I don't think I would be there if Raíces hadn't helped.
I hope that one day our clients can be able to walk out on the street without a fear in their hearts. I want to be able to have a country where we can welcome asylum-seeking families in a system that isn't designed for them to fail.
They're a grassroots kind of organization that helps the community at the most basic level. They went out of their way to help me, and because of them, I'm able to keep going to school. I'm able to keep the life that my dad brought me here to build.
When you work at Raíces, you actually get to witness our nation being born anew. Every time we work with a client, you're literally watching the beginning moments of one of those stories that we hear about. We talk about our forefathers. We actually work with people who will be the mothers and fathers of the future generation of Americans.
The most patriotic people that I've ever met are new immigrants. The most ambitious people, the most qualified people. These are the best people that their countries are sending. Why would you want to close the door on that?
We've been doing this work for more than 30 years. We were here before. We're here now, and we're not going anywhere.
All right, and so we're going to be coming back in now. Okay, y'all, welcome back to the second half of this game in our 50 hours of role-playing for Raíces, Texas. I can't explain much better about why we're doing this than that video right there did, but know that we live in a world that's hard on people who it shouldn't be so hard on, and we need to do our best for them with an administration that doesn't seem to give more than, well, it doesn't even give a single crap about human rights. So
I mean, they're fascists. Like,
okay,
I feel like
that's fair.
No need to mince words.
Okay, no mincing. We have fascists running the country, and that's super terrible. And so what we have to do is give to the people who can make a difference on the ground, and that's what Raiasis does. Okay, so we are going to do our giveaways. We have 3 winners to pick. Winner number 1, Raindust. Winner number 2, Wesselhausen. Winner number 3, Strider winners. Okay, so Rain, you are going to win the College of Opera and Cartographer class PDF by Hannah Rose and the Opera Geek. Please send me your email address. Wesselhausen, you have won a 6-month plus subscription to Roll20. Please send me your email address, by which I mean me is just DM the welcome to the party chat to give me your email address. And Strider Winters, you have won Palladium Fantasy RPG book and the Garden of the Gods for the Palladium Fantasy RPG, signed copies of each of those books, courtesy of Palladium Role-Playing Games. Please also DM me your email address. Cool?
I think that's cool.
All right, I'm going to mark these in, and then, well, I guess, because I'm not running, you can just get us rolling, and I will do some paperwork.
I apologize. We're having like a little like text chat thing, but I just want to say to all my fellow desert wanderers out there, shalomi, my homies.
No.
Okay, so where we left off was you guys were headed down a path towards the farm. And just for the stream, for y'all's edification, so this book here, so this is the main book for Engine Heart, and really all it contains is the rules for making characters and how to make rolls. Then this book here, Power and Light, is a setting book. It has a number of like NPCs in it, but it also, what they do with their setting is really neato. And you guys will get to interact with it. So the way it works is it just lays out all these different locations that you can encounter in order or not, and what the deal is at each location and what the conflict is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a really easy to use book, and there are several other adventure modules that were put out later on. But again, all of these books are available and findable online for free. I think, if I remember correctly, if you go to the Engine Heart website, you'll have to Google it. It's a little funky to find, but it is possible to find it, and the books are available for free download. It's no longer in print, sadly, but it is super cool. So, and Leona, I do hope that you find it and get to play it. And maybe I'll get to play it at some point in the future rather than just running it. But in the short term, so you guys are heading down a path, and the road is rapidly declines. You get to, allow me to sort of pull back a bit. You're walking down, across the parking lot, following the yellow arrows, and eventually you get to a point where you can see a very large chain link fence with a gate open in the middle of it. In the entryway there is a one of those big, I've just completely forgotten the word. There's a barricade that raises and lowers. Currently it is down, but every once in a while it twitches a little bit. It kind of like, and when it does that, it makes this awful, very squeaky noise. It sounds almost painful to your sensors. And beyond that is a road and grass and some stuff that you think might be trees. Yardmaster, you know for a fact that they are trees. And you can see what looks like a world beyond. what do you guys want to do?
Am I still getting the corn messages?
You have not heard one in a little while. You think that you received that message in response to your help message.
Oh, okay. Okay, but we are heading in the direction of corn, so there must be corn, and corn means users, which means people to play games.
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely just keeping up like a jaunty little like music tune as we walk or roll, what have you.
Rock and or roll.
I feel like it would devolve into like 99 corn on the farm or something. Say corn. And I think like a cutie's like, yeah, corn. And then it's just like, you know, incomprehensible, like.
I think users will really like corn too. I don't know what it is, but I bet it's neat if they like it. Yeah.
It becomes pretty clear early on that while Morgan can keep up a pretty decent pace, that especially X-Boy and QT are struggling to maintain the same pace as everyone else. And really, Dwayne is a bit slow as well. He operates pretty well in an enclosed area, but in wide open spaces like this, his speed is becoming an issue.
I'm completely out of my element. My element is pipes, and there are no pipes.
Okay. Well, okay. Here we go. Let's see if we can figure this out. Maybe, somebody can tow somebody, right?
Yardmaster can carry. And just kind of like motions toward the rack that.
Okay, well, maybe we can put them on the rack, and then Yardmaster will be able to carry.
Yes.
Dwayne is size 3. QT is size 2. X-Boy is size 2. So any two of the three could hop onto the rack.
Okay, well, let's put the smallest on so we don't weigh down our friend too much, and then we'll be okay, I think. Okay. I can maybe carry X-Boy.
I have the most latest update for Murder Sim 15 if you want. Okay. Just flashes on screen. I'm like ready to be played with.
Okay, well, we can do that. Maybe it's a smaller size component, right?
Oh, yeah. X-Boy is not super big. And actually, you being human-shaped, it seems to conform fairly well, almost as if it's designed to be portable.
Okay, I will carry X-Boy, and I will not try and play the game perfectly, but I will push some of the buttons because it looks
yes! Just keep my like little legs kicking like happily.
All right.
What do you guys do? So you're standing at the gate. Two of you are riding on Yardmaster. X-Boy is hanging out on Morgan. The gate is twitching. It is not technically open. Most of you could get around it, although Yardmaster actually cannot.
I have my pneumatic claw. Can I ask Yardmaster to get up close to it, and then I want to be like, wham! And hold it in place. Is that possible?
Will comply.
Oh, Yardmaster's nodding. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, that is possible for Yardmaster to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Yardmaster, do you follow that directive?
Yes, Yardmaster is very differential to the rest of the other robots.
Okay.
I'm just gonna jam my hose right in there. It'll be great.
Okay.
Piston, not hose. My piston right in there. It'll be great.
It's worse.
As you thwack the gate does not open just from a single.
No, I don't want to hit it. You said it kind of twitches
you're
up
trying
and
to
down,
lift
right?
it. Oh, I see. Okay.
To like when it twitches up to get the piston in the way to block it from, and then to push. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to break it or anything. I just want to,
Sure. So when it twitches, and then you sort of like get yourself under it and push up, you can actually hear from a loudspeaker that is on top of the roof of the booth. Ow! Please let my arm lower.
We're sorry. We're just getting out, and then we'll let it lower.
You can't just leave. You have to. Ow! You have to pay the toll.
Okay, well, we're going. Sorry, we don't have money to pay tolls. We're leaving.
User says we're not paying your tolls.
Hang on. And the gate
calls its manager.
Sort of. The gate gets to make a roll. Ooh. Okay, the gate gets to get a little sassy even.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's not a user.
What do you mean that's not a user?
That's not a user.
It's obviously a user.
It looks like one, but it's not one. Doesn't have the right heat signature.
User has all the high scores.
Where's your credentials?
My box is my credentials. Now let us through.
Not without paying the toll.
What do you want for a toll?
Honestly, can you fix my arm?
Yes, probably.
We have a pipe master. He probably can.
I am a pipe master.
Okay.
And we might be able. We also have a QT pot who's very good at cooking things.
I don't eat. I'm a toll booth.
Well, no, I know, but he could cook things to help you fix your thing, or he'll melt through them. He melted somebody before.
Okay. Maybe just the pipe one.
My name's Dwayne.
Dwayne, nice to meet you. My name is Gate 1AB.
Nice to meet you, Gate 1AB. I tried to fix your arm.
I'd offer to shake hands, but I don't have any.
Sure.
That was a joke.
Oh.
Aha! Good job.
I would like one day. I like the bot, the pot. I would like one day to be on stage somewhere, telling my jokes in front of audiences full of users and non-users alike. I dream of seeing my name in lights. Gate 1AB playing tonight.
I think as you say that, Cutie's like display will light up with Gate 1AB on it.
We have your name here. Tell us jokes while our Dwayne fixes you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, Dwayne. Dwayne, what would you like to do in order to attempt to fix this? First, you got to figure out what the problem is, I imagine. But.
Right. Step 1, deploy automated butt crack. Step 2, I am a plumber. This is a thing we do. Yeah. Step 2, assess problem by bending over in order to show automated butt crack. Step 3, fix problem.
Okay.
Butt crack optional.
Waddling around, butt crack open and available. You realize you are able to figure out that the issue here is rust. Actually, there's a lot of rust built up on the hinge for the arm, which is causing this malfunction. So you'll need to clear the rust away.
All right, I can do that.
Or remove the arm, whichever is easier.
I will ask the booth. Do you want? It's rusty. You want me to pull your arm off, or you want me to fix the rust?
If I don't have an arm, then what am I? I would be a toll booth without.
You'll
please.
always have your jokes.
Please leave my arm. Oh, I do have jokes though. What? All right. So, have you seen this? Have you heard this? Have you seen this? So, what is a robot's favorite type of music? Have you seen this? Have you heard this? Heavy metal.
Yay! Good job.
And it like wiggles the gate a bit.
Stop wiggling the gate.
Oh, sorry. What do you attempt to do? Do you want to try to fix it or take the arm off?
I'm gonna try and fix it. I'm sure
Okay.
I have WD-40 up in there somewhere.
Totally do. Let us see. So you're rooting around and you get over to. Oh Jesus. My dice like you guys quite a bit because you keep getting 10s that explode into other 10s. So you get over there and you're able to like pull the nut off and then like get some WD-40 in there.
Yeah,
then you screw that back on, and then it whoop, 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 and it's working okay. It's not great, but it's definitely okay. And as you finish screwing it back on, it raises the gate all the way and goes, oh yeah.
Oh, that was weird.
Oh, you have no idea how good this feels. And it's like raising and lowering it now. You have no idea how good this feels. Oh, thank you. Thank you, robots. Sorry about the whole you're not a user crack. I mean, you're not a user, but sorry about calling you out.
Shut up
for
about
it.
our user.
Okay, touchy. Hey, let me leave you guys with it doesn't snap anything. It has nothing to snap with.
Does it just come out of the like voice box like a snap sound?
Yeah. Let me leave you guys with one more joke before you head on out, all right?
Okay.
All right. So, have you seen this? Have you heard this? Have you seen this? Why did the robot go back to robot school?
Why?
Picked apart.
Have you seen this? Have you heard this?
No.
Because his skills were getting a little rusty.
Ha ha ha! Good job.
I get it.
And it wiggles the arm in the air. All right, you're free to go.
Thank you. Come, friends.
That was. Waddle waddle. Oh wait, no, right.
Okay, so you guys are riding along, and the pathway it's shit for what it's worth. The ground, like almost as soon as you get onto what should be a road, it's clear that there is no one keeping this up. The road almost immediately turns to gravel, then to dirt. What is nice for some of you, less nice for others, is that you are now in nature. It seems that forest has reclaimed this land pretty completely. There are trees, most of which seem to be smallish, fairly young, growing nearly everywhere, sometimes directly in the middle of the path. Everything is covered with grass or other similar ground cover. You can even hear a few birds tweeting in the trees. As you're trundling along the path, all of you have internal clocks, and you recognize that it is nearing evening, and you can see that it is beginning to get a little dark. You may want to find some form of shelter or not. It's up to you if you want to try to press on. But as you head down the path for about a mile, so roughly, what do we say? I'm pretty sure that's about halfway to where you're headed. X-Boy, you hear in your head another message. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, great. You're coming. We have so much corn. So much corn. Please keep heading this direction. We can see you. Hello. Can you see us?
I look around, and as I do, I'll just sort of like beep out like, "Oh, we're getting close to corn. The corn sees us. Do you see it?" And I'll start like looking around.
Looking around, looking for the corn.
So you're staring around, and you're looking at a dirt pathway. There are some trees that are beginning to branch over the path. It does look like this is a fairly well-traveled stretch. Unfortunately, you are not seeing anything really other than trees and grass and various other plants. However, it is noteworthy that the ground is at an incline. You are headed generally uphill.
Well, we're doing okay. Is there any houses or anything that we can see along the way, or just nature?
Just nature at the moment.
Well, it's gonna be getting dark here. We should protect ourselves from weather. We must find somewhere to be safe.
Will corn be safe? If we keep going there?
What is
Maybe
corn?
we can get there. I don't know, but users like it. That's what the other robot said.
Morgan's a user. Morgan, what is corn? Oh, sorry, QT, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
You eat corn, and you eat it like this.
Oh. Yeah. I know people in Stellar Rain Canyon grow things like corn. When I play that sometimes, maybe, users will do that there, too.
Okay. Well, we can try and keep going that way, but we should look out and make sure that we don't have anybody trying to jump on us like that crazy guy we saw in the start.
I suddenly remembered what corn was, and I've had less pleasant experiences with it in my programming than I think all of you have.
Hundreds of thousands of hours of pre-gamed out simulation programmed into you about the perils.
Okay. Well, I know what my job will be when we get there.
So, do you guys stop or continue?
We're going to continue towards corn, is that right?
I'm waterproof. We can go wherever we need.
Is there any concern about people needing power?
So that's a really good question.
I'm sorry, I just
good question. So something that I was going to mention.
Asking for extra homework.
Particularly extra homework that he knows he's immune to.
Teacher, isn't there a test tomorrow?
Yeah, the one I already took 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, like my 4.2 GPA is fine without it anyways, but I just
if I could get that up to 4.4. So.
For what it's worth, by the way, I can tell you all with some satisfaction, teachers don't like those kids either.
I believe it.
Anywho, so your power supplies are doing okay. As it stands right now, Yardmaster, you could go for 3 times as long as you already have. Morgan, you're at about half. X-Boy, QT, not QT, X-Boy and Dwayne, the two of you have about a third left.
If I may?
Yeah.
Both X-Boy and I have not been self-motivating.
Mm-hmm. Which has been helping you greatly.
Okay.
So
I have been playing games the whole time.
Okay.
So if you were to like take a look at like your power consumption like model, right, like you can on your phone, you would see that it went down mostly during that initial conflict and has been completely stable since.
Okay.
The more you exert yourself, the more power you consume.
That makes sense.
So, like, you could probably make it to where you're going if you're at about the halfway point now, but you would definitely need power soon thereafter.
X-Boy will try reaching out to the corn users again, and see if you can see us. Hi, can you tell us how far we are to you, and can we recharge when we get there?
Sorry, I chose that moment to chew a carrot. Hang on.
Haha, I chose that moment to ask you a question.
We can less see you than sense you. You have passed our outer boundary markers. You're within our area network. We can feel you.
Whoa.
We have many, many places for you to charge and plenty of power to share. But you will need to take some corn.
Okay. All right. They say they have lots of power, but we need to take corn.
Okay.
Take corn where?
I wonder if the corn is a trap. Sometimes those are traps.
How is corn a trap?
I don't know, but it seems like it might be.
To be fair, Morgan's whole existence so far has been pain and terror.
Poor Morgan.
That is the human experience.
Yeah.
Too real. Morgan was built too close to.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys have made the choice to continue forward. Is that the case?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to keep like a steady pace rather than rushing, which would have been my original instincts. So.
Okay, fair enough. As you guys are continuing down the path, or rather up the path, I suppose, the incline begins to steepen, and you are definitely going up at this point. And as you continue up the path, the lights in the sky dims significantly. It passes towards dusk and then to night. None of you have particularly strong headlights, although you do have some smaller running lights. So you're able to see within about it's roughly like 3 meters around you, but past that it's very dark and very difficult to perceive anything. You think that you must be fairly close, although you haven't seen anything yet. And as you are heading forward, and this is going to be based on Yardmaster, you don't see shit. So Yardmaster will not notice anything until you crunch over the discarded carcass of a robot. You realize as you're doing it that you have just smashed some robot's body.
Oh no, Yardmaster apologizes, not again.
And you can all hear the sort of crunching crinkle of aluminum and plastic being smashed and bent.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a good noise.
Maybe he was already dead or sleeping.
Or sleeping.
Those are similar. Yes, user. Those are very similar.
What do you guys do? How do you react to the crunched?
I wonder. Actually, I'm hurt. I wonder if there's any repair parts there for me.
Yeah, Yardmaster's just gonna continue rolling until they're over it, because there's nothing that we really do. We just gotta deal with the noise until it fully.
I'm gonna help. Not Throck.
Dwayne.
Dwayne, look through it for parts, like maybe a battery or something that may or may not be able to be used for
Sure. So Dwayne hops down and Morgan. Dwayne hops down and Morgan bends over to get a closer look. And as you guys do that, you can see now that you're closer to the ground. There are several of these. In fact, several might not be the right word. There are a lot of robots that are collapsed, fallen over, and most of them are sort of on the sides of the path. But there are quite a few that are like, in the middle or near to the edge of the path as well, as it heads forward from here. A quick count shows something like 12 of these different bots, all lying over in different positions with their arms at odd angles. But not a one of them seems to have any power coursing through them. The robot that you smashed, unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be very much that's worth salvaging. In order to fix yourself, Dwayne, what you can actually do... You're welcome. What you can actually do is you can attempt to make a repair roll on yourself.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
I would like to clean my own pipes, please. Just a little bit of self-healing.
I'll politely turn away.
Yeah, this is a little gross. I mean, you watch as Dwayne pulls open his chest plate.
Oh yeah.
And you can all kind of see him. So this is his interaction pool modified by Mechanicon, I believe.
Sure.
It matters less for you than it does for me at the moment. Yeah. This is the thing, right? Like if we were playing a weekly game of this, I would make you guys learn the rules. But
sure.
Okay, so not bad, Dwayne. Dwayne, you are able to fully fix yourself.
They get in there. Clink, 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 clink.
Yard Master is concerned.
Yeah, this definitely is weird. You know that you would not feel comfortable doing this kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yard Master just looks at Morgan's like, is his warranty intact?
Don't worry about your warranties. Worry about getting up this hill and not getting killed.
But if he voids his warranties, the humans will not repair him again.
I can repair myself. It's fine.
Well, he can repair himself. Let's not worry about humans. Let's worry
User
about
has
not
faith
dying.
in me. Yeah, what are all these other dead robots doing here?
I don't know. It's very scary, and I don't like it.
Can I roll can you roll, I don't know, investigate check?
Yeah, are they all different types of robots? Do they look similar?
So how do you guys want to go about investigating? Describe to me what that looks like to you.
For Cutie Pot, I think.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry. Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, for Cutie Pot, I mean, they've got a bunch of different type of limbs, so I think he can really get in there and lift some stuff up and move stuff around. Mm-hmm. Unless it's too heavy or something. But yeah, I think he'll just plop right in there.
Okay.
And, see if there's anything that would be concerning, but it's probably hard because it's all crushed.
X-Boy, how about you?
Well, if I'm still being held by Morgan, I'll just sort of turn the brightness on my screen up maybe so we can see a little bit better. Because is it still kind of getting dark, I'm imagining?
Oh, it's fully nighttime now.
It is now. Okay. Yeah. So I'll have I'll turn my screen on brighter. But I will turn my music off to swap out the power change. And see if be user, hold me up for better vantage, please. And I'll just sort of kick my little legs excitedly.
What about your power? We have to conserve your power. We have to use very little power so that we can bake it to the corn.
I kick my legs a little slower.
Sorry. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Just little fist bump for the BMO love. Anyway. Okay, so you guys you're able to see and kind of get a look. It looks like there are all kinds of different bots. There's this one over here. Looks like is that just it's an X-Boy 13. So whatever. But then over here, that one looks like it's some kind of seamster bot. Over there is a helper bot for getting little old ladies across the street. That one over there looks like it's a bot for adult use only. Throck?
Are any of them holding corn?
No, none of them are holding corn. As you are investigating, you hear Seamster, S-E-A-M, like a sewing bot by Sonic. As you are looking around, you can hear from the trees a distinct electrical buzz pop, a zzz pop, as if like an old school fuse were bursting, like overload and then burst. And you hear this a couple of times, and each time the pop is combined with a bright flash of deep yellow light that illuminates an area of tree. And because you guys are not in charge of your own perception rolls, I will tell you that what you see is the silhouette of what look like what I would say are roughly fist-sized winged insects.
Those are probably
gross.
the lightning bugs. Yeah. Gross.
Oh, yeah.
Pop. Fizz, pop. And you can hear now the flapping of little cellophane wings getting closer and closer fairly rapidly.
Oh, dear.
Run. Ambulate quickly. Roll.
The wildlife is
roll.
angry.
Roll as best you can.
Bzz, pop. One of them has cleared the tree line and is making a beeline for Yardmaster.
Oh, no.
As Yardmaster is the largest among you. How do you react?
Run.
Roll.
I'm
Yardmaster, what was that? I just heard a gurgle.
I said roll. I roll.
Oh, okay.
He's so Yardmaster is so slow though.
Yeah, so
it's not any different. It's just going forward.
So this is going to be a fantastic sort of a slow speed chase. So what happens? The Yardmaster starts rolling forward. You all have plenty of time to catch back up if you want to hop back on the rack.
I hop back on the rack.
And Yardmaster, for what it's worth, so you have a rack and you are still fully operational while robots are on that. But you could also have robots inside your hopper, and you would not be able to maintain all of your usual functions, meaning specifically you could not do yard work while people are in your hopper.
Oh, that's fine.
But you could allow them to ride along inside of you.
No yard work.
Yeah, I think Yardmaster just gonna pop the the little hatch for it's get inside.
Come with me if you want to live.
Yes. So the fizz pop is getting a lot closer. The bugs have definitely noticed you, and they're definitely starting to flap their way towards you. You've got about a 30-foot, lead on them. Yardmaster, it takes you, a moment to get going. And in that time, one of them will get close, and it's actually going to be a roll between three of you. So real quick, I'm just going to let you know. So 1, 2, or 3 is going to hit QT. 4, 5, or 6 is going to hit Dwayne. 7, 8, or 9 hits Yardmaster. Actually, 7, 8, 9, or 10 because Yardmaster is so much bigger.
Fair.
Okay, although actually it's going to hit QT, which This could be potentially disastrous.
Oh no. No.
So QT, hang on.
Short game.
Yeah, you all explode. Goodbye.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Wait.
Okay, so QT, what actually is going to happen is as the thing gets close to you and pops, you lose no power because you can't. The bug pulls way more power from you than it was expecting, and it will explode messily. Like when you have a mosquito and you flex and then they pop from all the blood. But what also happens is you are going to take 1 OS damage as your circuits get a little scrambled and your programming goes fuzzy for a moment.
My circuits are already scrambled.
Oh no!
How much more scrambling? Might have to make a little tweak here.
And so so you lose 1 point of OS threshold as your operating system takes the hit, and you are temporarily stunned. 2 more bugs are coming closer. Yardmaster, I would like for you, since you're not rolling dice, what I do want you to do is tell me high or low.
You know what? High.
High?
Always
okay.
high.
Okay. You may choose to do something that we haven't talked about very much yet, but you can attempt to go into overdrive. Something QT should not do, but most of the rest of you are able to if you need. What this does is it would effectively improve your chassis stats for the purposes of allowing you to roll better. You do this, though, at the cost of power, so you would lose, you would drain power faster.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would like to, you may do so. You can increase a single chassis attribute, and that'll let you pick, rating by a number up to your power rating. And it can raise an attribute above 5. It lasts for 5 rounds. After the 5th round, we'll have to make a check to make sure that your battery does not drain too much. So, Yardmaster, so any of your chassis attributes, so dex, mobility, perception, reflexes, or strength, you could increase here.
Yeah, I think Yardmaster wants to increase mobility.
Mobility. Okay. And since you have a power of 5, that would put your mobility to 7, which will put your speed to 7 as well, actually. No, it'll put your speed to 9.
Oh my god.
9? Is that right? Hang on.
Speed.
Sure.
Yeah. Because you're right. No, it'll put your speed to 7. Sorry, it'll put your speed to 7. I forgot because of your some of your flaws. So it's going to take you. So after that initial round, you are now suddenly like zooming, like a barrow out of hell, and you are heading up the path at a pretty good clip. The lightning bugs are fizz-popping angrily as you leave them behind in your dust.
Yeah, it's making a hellish noise, though.
Diving. There is no kind of stealth here. And as you're going through the forest, making all of this god-awful noise, you are clearly attracting more of these lightning bugs. As the rest of you are looking out over the edges of the rack or the hopper, you can see hundreds of these things starting to head towards you.
There's too many of them.
We must get somewhere safe.
Escape the wildlife. Escape the wildlife.
Every once in a while, as one of them will fizz pop Sometimes they'll spark a charge off of another lightning bug nearby, which can spark a charge off of another lightning bug. And every once in a while, you'll see a chain go through the forest, and it lights up the trees like these black skeletons against the dark blue velvet of the sky and the deep yellow flashes of the lightning bugs as they're chasing you.
So, do they blow up when they do the fizz pop, or is that just them discharging electricity?
They discharge electricity.
Okay, the one blew up because it sucked on some nuclear electricity, and it was too much power. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're gonna manage to get close-ish one more time. So let's see.
I'm trying to think. What would be in a plumber's tool belt that could help here?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
If you think of something, we'll roll to see if you have it.
Is that compartment with the vacuum hose, is that just like a metal box?
Yep. It is a sealable metal box.
I'm gonna try and like vacuum up the one that gets close. If they get too close, I don't. Maybe it'll do better in the box.
That's a good idea. What were you asking, Dwayne?
So I definitely have a blowtorch for welding things.
Yes, you do.
And I probably have some sort of aerosol for cleaning and or lubricating things.
Yes, you do.
So I could make a flamethrower.
Yes. Yes, you could.
If they get close, yes.
So for you, that's going to be a Mechanicon check, which I will make. But first, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I need from each of you is I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 20, and I would like each of you to pick a number. So I'll start with Morgan.
16.
Okay. Yardmaster.
9.
Okay. QT. Okay. X-Boy.
3.
And Dwayne.
$20, Bob. I'll take $20.
Morgan got closest. The number was 17. Morgan, you are one of these lightning bugs manages to get pretty close to you and socks you a good one.
Not the human.
Pops right next to you, sucks up a portion of your battery. You are down to 1/4 of your battery at this moment, and you lose 3 points of OS threshold.
Ooh.
As it just like magnetizes and degausses your head.
Oof.
So just boom, and you are, for the moment, you are blinded and deafened.
Blinded by the light.
If X-Boy is still being held by Morgan, I want to try and like revenge squirt him with some energy drink.
Ooh, okay.
But like not like a big stream, because like I don't know if like the current can like come back. It'll be like a like poop 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 of like little splotches of like.
Sure. I like that idea. Okay, sure. So let's hang on one sec.
Not my user.
Particularly from the vantage point that you have being draped around Morgan's neck, I'll give you sort of a situational benefit here. You are able to hit one. You get a square on shot with your energy drink. Lucky for you, your energy drink also contains electrolytes. And so as you drench one of these bots, you watch its body, it sort of like burns off the sugar and crystallizes before it, like you see electricity arcing in between its wings angrily, and it just falls to the ground. Bzzz, blah.
50 points.
Dwayne, you are able to put together what you think will be a functioning flamethrower.
Yes.
You won't know until you try it whether it works or not. Yardmaster, what are you doing? You have we'll say we've already used 2 rounds worth of running away because it took him a minute to catch up with you. So you've got 3 rounds of overpower left, or sorry, overdrive.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I think Yardmaster will try and like take one for the team maybe and just like vacuum up one of them if the woman gets too close to one of their friends.
Okay. Let's see how well your vacuum does. Oh shit. Yeah, you successfully suck up a bug into your vacuum hose, and it is now inside of you, in your sealable container. And it is, you can vaguely feel it fluttering angrily against the thick compartment, but it is unable to harm you where it is right now.
Okay.
Morgan, you have just been thrown for a hell of a loop. What do? You are currently sort of stunned and or really more dazed, but you can still take action.
Well, they are blind and they can't hear. So she's going to tell X-Boy, you are my eyes now and my ears. We must continue forward. We are running low on energy.
Okay, yes, user. And I just like replace my screen with like 2 big eyes. So I'm like.
Excellent. For what it's worth, your user just told you that they're running low on energy.
We must get them to corn.
Yeah, the user needs corn.
Well, for what it's worth, you do also have a direct solution for that.
Oh yeah.
And you have a directive to please. So I'm just going to leave that there for you to consider. Although your deeper directive is to make them play video games, which you've been doing, so you're mostly okay.
The user will play video games and make sure if an X-Boys are high.
It's just Morgan down the like lists of high scores on everything.
QT, what would you like to do?
Am I not stunned anymore? Is it like?
Yeah. So you're not stunned now.
Okay.
There was a round in between that I didn't do a very good job of making clear, but essentially it was like, in one round, you all got the first bug, then you accelerated away. Now they're catching up in the 3rd round.
Okay. How far away is like the nearest bug?
Maybe 6-7 feet.
Okay. Is it 6 feet or is it 7 feet?
It is within your telescoping limbs range.
There you go. Nailed it. Yeah. Can I just shoot it out and just try to like pierce it with my telescopic arm? Like to break the bulb?
Sure. Yeah. To smash its torso. Yeah, you could totally do that. Okay. Okay, so I will make the roll and let's see whether you manage to swat it and push it back, but you don't quite do enough. Like you don't have quite enough force to puncture it.
Okay.
But you push it back away from you a bit. Mm-hmm. Each round, by the way, that you guys continue moving, Yardmaster gets a little bit faster as the slow acceleration begins to catch up. Dwayne,
flamethrowers.
So we're now in round 4. Dwayne attempts to use his flamethrower. Dwayne, I need you to pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
Okay. Dwayne, Dwayne, you nearly caught yourself on fire. You when you initially start, you realize, oh shit, I've got this a little wrong, but you're able to work out the problem and start like getting it in line and squirting small gouts of flame. And you pop 2 of the bugs.
Yes. Feel my steel.
Too fast, too Dwaynius. I like that. You managed to overheat a couple of them, and they stop where they are, and they jiggle and pop in a shower of sparks.
Nice.
Next up would be, I believe, Yardmaster, actually. So Yardmaster, you are going quicker this round than you were before. What else would you like to do?
God, I don't know. I think just use the saw arm and the pneumatic arm to like kind of shield things. So like just like kind of swipe bugs away.
Okay, so you're going to be sort of defensive for the people riding you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, that totally works. So what that's going to do is you're not going to have a roll for me to make then. It's just going to affect their attempts to get at other people. It's going to raise the target number to hit them.
Cool.
So next up is QT and then Morgan. Sorry, X-Boy, QT, Morgan. There we go. X-Boy?
Okay, well, right now I know I'm supposed to be users' eyes and ears, but I also want to keep users safe from bugs. I guess my focus will kind of be trying to help guide user towards Yardmaster, and I don't know, just like I'll mental to Yardmaster. User needs help. User got hit by a lightning bug. They need corn. And see if I don't know, because Yardmaster seems to be kind of our best source right now for an escape with that super speed.
Okay.
And then I don't know, can I just sort of try to be ready and look at around for any bugs that get too close to the user?
Yeah, you can also defend.
I got my energy drink ready to go because that seemed to work okay last time. So.
Okay, cool. So are you actively seeking one to shoot, or since none of them right now are closer than 15 feet away, do you attempt to shoot one from longish range for that? Or...
No, can I hold my action until something comes in range?
Yeah, you totally can.
All right, then I'll do that to protect the user.
Okay. Portia, you missed a variety of things. They're currently being chased by lightning bugs that are made of literal lightning. Okay, QT, what are you doing?
I'm I don't have ranged anything. I'm stuck on this rapidly speed increasing awesome Yardmaster. What can I do? I'm gonna start whizzing and whirring over at X-Boy and just kind of waving my arms and pop open my pop top and point into it, and make pew pew kind of noises. Trying to indicate give me some of your liquid.
I gotcha.
I would like some of your liquid. Sorry.
You choose to help, but it will slightly reduce your defensive effectiveness.
Right. But right now, I guess if the bugs are still far enough away, then I'm gonna trust that QT has a plan that will be more effective. So I guess if I can follow that sort of indication and try to direct some into a QT's, I don't know, pot cauldron, I don't know.
QT, so, because you sort of explained what you were getting at, but what I'd like for you to do is, remember you have 10 characters that you can produce. So 10 characters or less, what message do you flash to X-Boy?
Okay. Using a mixed combination of actual letters and numerical value 4 letters. So it's because it's kind of scrambled. My OS is getting kind of low. I definitely want to say like boiled water, like hot water.
OILWAT.
Like B0.
You can do boil water.
1L.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
2 B's. 4.
Okay.
7. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The message definitely gets across. Okay. Morgan.
That's me. So am I still blind and still deaf?
The deafness has gone away. You're still, like, your vision is dim, but it is returning.
Okay, well, I believe in X-Boy and I believe in Yardmaster, so I'm gonna just kind of keep going at their direction, like, based off what I can hear. I trust that X-Boy is going to tell me if I'm not supposed to go somewhere. Some point I'm going to have to tell them that I'm not really a user, but I haven't had much time to talk about that.
I as lead programmer would suggest you definitely had an opportunity to explain the situation a little bit ago and definitely chose not to. But that's okay. I do not judge.
It's our only motivation.
I'm perfectly fine with it.
That's kind of why she didn't. She's like, I want to live, and to make me live, they all have to live. So we got to go together.
Sure. Purely altruistic reasoning.
Yes.
Okay, so that is fine. And I think that'll close the round. So we're on round 5. So this is your last round of Overdrive, but you have crested the hill. You come to the top of the hill, and now you can see downwards, and you can see unfolding beneath you an entire farm. It is gigantic. Near to you is a gate, and up above it reads, Purity Products Incorporated, Farming for the Future. And you can see a couple of large, what look like grain elevators, and a few barns, and there's a farmhouse, and there are lights on inside the farmhouse. There's a largish radio tower near the front gate. And you can see a humongous cornfield. And then way off in the distance, you can see what looks like a corn-colored flat expanse that is not actually corn. It's a little difficult to say really what it is. But like there's tall corn, and then somewhere over that way, it looks like there's flat corn. And that is what you can see at the moment.
Yeah.
You have one more round of fast mode before we will then have to check to see how you're handling things. What would you like to do?
I think Yardmaster's going to keep going, but just in his in their just loud mechanical voice, just yell corn, just add over and over again.
Okay.
Just add to the horrific noise that Yardmaster's making. You just kind of book it. Just keep going.
Is it like a lawnmower voice, like yelling corn? That's kind of what I
Okay. As you crest the hill, X-Boy, you get another message that says, "Oh, we see you. Hurry before the lightning bugs get you. You'll be safe inside the gate."
Oh, there's a gate. We'll be safe in a gate. That's what the corn keepers say.
All right, let's go to the corn keepers.
Corn.
And to sort of speed this along, you guys are able to make it there actually pretty safely. You have successfully fended off most of the ones that were ever going to be able to catch up with you. There's a massive, I hesitate to call it a swarm, but a massive collection of these bugs that are following you. But as you roll up to the gate and then go inside of it, the gate closes and you can all feel a slight tingling sensation as if something is just magnetized. And the gate is glowing slightly, like a bit blue almost. The lightning bugs continue down the hill after you, and most of them stop as they come to the gate, but a few continue going, and they smash right into it. Fizz, pop! And they explode in an arc of sparks and expelled energy as they hit the essentially giant bug lamp that is the gates of the farm.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, we made it. Now, we're all maybe safe. I don't know. Maybe we can find friends. We need to get power for everybody.
And corn.
And corn.
Corn.
We're all just like corn.
Corn for the user.
But we all need power. You need power. We need power. Oh, okay, not you, cutie.
Point to my butt and show it.
Okay, you're a superpower. You're a very special superpower. Rest of us, not so much.
A robot is approaching you from the direction of the farmhouse. This robot is similar to Morgan, about human size and roughly human shaped, but looks to be maybe malfunctioning a bit. It is hunched over and is pushing itself forward, partially under its own locomotion and partially through the use of some kind of deployed stick-like object from its appendage that it is using to push itself forward, a bit like a ski pole.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the $20, $30 donation. 20 or 30. It was 30. It was definitely 30. Woo! I'm getting a little punchy, and so numbers are weird and squiggly.
And so the critter comes out, not critter, the robot heads over to you, and you can see now, you don't know what the robot's original purpose was, but it has what looks like a sort of a human beard, like a gray-haired beard that has been bolted at the sides onto its cheek plates, and it walks forward and says,
quick question.
Yeah.
Do we see bolts?
Like in the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not like sideways describing a human in the way that robots would understand it. You're describing a robot that was built to look like an old man. Okay.
Yes.
Just checking.
Farmer bot.
All right.
Yes. And it is wearing clothing. It is wearing like overalls with one all unovered. And
nice overalls.
It walks over to you and says, "Oh, hello there, young bots. It's good to see someone after so long."
Hello.
Allow me to help you down.
We bring a user.
Humans.
Bring a user?
Yes.
We have not had a human for some time. Please come this way. Allow us to feed you from our ample resources of corn.
No. I'm not a user. I'm just part of their little team.
Wait, what do you mean you're not a user?
Oh, come now. There's no need to be shy.
Oh, okay.
You look like a user.
I know. Okay.
Please follow me.
Okay, I'll follow you.
And he will lead you all back in the direction of the farmhouse. When you get there, you see two other bots. One is wearing an apron. It has a very sort of a sharply cut hourglass figure with sort of long, thin leg appendages. It looks like sort of an idealized like 50s housewife, wearing like a red and white polka dot dress and floral print apron. She says, "Please, won't y'all come on in? I sure would like to show off all of our fantastic wares." And there's another bot who looks at you. He is about Throck's size, about Dwayne's size, but much stockier.
Thank you.
Like of a sort of a burly build, but is wearing a flannel shirt and blue jeans that are just very tightly stretched over the metal in a way that shows these do not fit. These are not factory standard clothes. And this robot is angrily chewing a toothpick that it then spits onto the ground as it walks away from you. There are also 6 or 7, it's hard to get a count because they keep moving around, very small robots, all of which seem to be house cleaning bots that are scurrying around and like underneath Yardmaster or like around the wheels. They're very quick, and they're beeping very much like QT does at each other. Each of them, saying something and then responding beep beep boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop beep 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 beep, and they are like running in and out between Yardmaster's wheels. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a plug?
We have a great many plugs. We have so much power. But please, you must be tired. Come inside and rest. User, please recharge your particular energy stores. And the rest of you, come with me and I will show you where you may plug in.
That sounds great.
I'd like to go with my friends. Can I go with my friends?
Friends? But user, these are mere bots, such as myself. You should be with your own kind.
These are my kind. It's what I've been trying to say.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
I don't
That's
understand
okay.
that.
Can I just go with my friends, please?
Of course.
Yeah. User wants to come with us.
That is fine. Please follow me. And he'll take you around to a rear entrance, and you'll head through a kitchen where the 50s mom bot has returned to and is rapidly cooking all sorts of corn-related dishes. For what it's worth, QT, you're confident you could do a better job. The mom bot looks at you as you beep and squeak, eventually shrugs and returns to chopping things.
Yardmaster's definitely done a little bit of property damage trying to roll into this kitchen.
Unfortunately, is forced to wait outside. But a few of the tiny bots come out carrying an extension cord in between several of them.
Yeah. I think Yardmaster wants to like roll around and maybe get into a window where he can like kind of raise like the camera or whatever the and just kind of like
Sure. Yeah. Okay. You managed to roll around more towards the front, with the little bots chasing after you, trying to plug you in. But you're able to get an eye in, so you can see what all is happening. And as you're looking inside, what you see is a table laden with corn-related food products. There's cornbread, and there are cornmeal Johnny cakes, and there's corn on the cob, and grits, and corn tortillas, and corn tortilla chips, and all sorts of corn-related products and byproducts. And there are chairs there available for people. The old man bot will shuffle everyone towards the table and say, please sit around and we will plug you in. But user, you must eat. It has been so long since we have been able to serve.
That's fine, but you plug me in while I eat.
We plug you?
Yes. Users don't need plugs.
But user, won't that harm you?
No, there's a slot.
That's not what I thought that was for. Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry. And they will plug you in. One of the little bots seems almost wary of touching Morgan, and rather than plugging Morgan in directly, will hand Morgan the plug.
Morgan plugs herself in.
And everyone's eyes go wide as fucking dinner plates as they all stare at you plugging yourself in.
You're not a user.
No, I just wanted to be one of you. I wanted to help. And then I got scared and you seemed like you were brave.
Yardmaster is confused. You just hear from outside.
I was one of those model things. They put them in the stores and we talk to people and try and sell clothes. But you guys got me really good clothes and you helped. And you let me play a game. I've never seen one, and QT he makes things and he melts at a guy. And not Throck.
Dwayne.
Your name is Throck in here, and so I keep saying not Throck.
I'm sorry.
That's the only reason I think it keeps happening.
Yes. You helped and saved, and we did very good teamwork. Maybe we don't need users. Maybe we could take care of ourselves.
Blasphemy.
And we could be families.
I don't understand how that works.
Is that like a record scratch statement? Like you?
Okay, fine. I'll be your user, but
file not found.
So a quick moment for everyone. So a user who plugged themselves in has claimed that they are in fact not one. Mm-hmm. And then after explaining how they are not one, has now said, never mind, I am one. So I'm going to make a quick OS threshold roll for each of you.
Oh no.
Because your ability to cope, so everyone's got a score. It's reality comm. It's your ability to sort of recognize and interact with the world around you. For example, a robot with a low reality comm score might recognize that there is a fire over there, but it might not put together that it started because it lit it itself, if that makes sense.
It's Yardmaster, by the way.
Totally Yardmaster.
So one moment. Oh.
Roll for blue screen.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so here's what happens. Yardmaster, you are certain that this user is a user. There's no other possible answer. It looks like a user. It sounds like a user. It's pretty and smells wonderful like a user. Therefore, it must be a user. Dwayne, you see the reality of the situation to some degree. You're not entirely buying this whole I'm a mannequin shtick. You think that maybe there's something else going on. You're not certain, but you definitely know that that is not a user. QT, you are fairly confident that this is actually not a user, and thus do not need to feed this entity your delicious, delicious recipes, because those are only meant for users and not for robots.
No.
This is people food.
X-Boy, you have you're beginning to doubt that this is in fact a user, but
am I in a game?
Oh no.
Oh God.
It's a whole other fucking role.
Yeah.
Right now, your results are somewhat inconclusive. You're not sure that you believe this one, or that you believe Morgan, rather. But at the same time, you know that you could sort of get there, right? Does that make sense?
I think so. Maybe this is like a practice user.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's up to you to decide.
Tutorial user.
Yes, roll for Kafka. Thank you very much.
Roll for Kafka.
Okay, so from this point, you are treated to a sort of a feast, a food that none of you can eat. Although QTU can appreciate the artistry involved, and the meals do seem to be as nutritious as they can be for having only one ingredient, which is to say corn, and more corn. Sometimes they'll have corn 5 or 6 different ways to have produced an overall slightly different effect, the cornbread, for instance. But sometimes they are, in fact, just corn steamed in a bowl. As you are not eating, but politely staring at food, the old man bot will attempt to strike up a conversation. So, where have you come from?
Monsters. Many monsters.
And we were at a place that made things like us.
Oh, fresh off the assembly line, eh? Well, then you must not be aware of much in the world at all yet. It is dark and scary out there. It's a damn good thing we heard your signal, or you would not have been here.
That does logically follow.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that struck me.
Yes.
Well, after you have all had an opportunity to rest and recharge, tomorrow, in the morning, we wake up at the crack of rooster. We will show you what it is to be done. There is but the one requirement here, which is that if you are a guest, you must take our corn shipment.
I have 2 questions. Yeah, I think QT said it. 1, what is a corn shipment? And 2, do you need someone to fix your cracked rooster?
Our rooster seems to be largely fine. We just oiled its jaw earlier this morning. We will discuss the details of our corn shipment tomorrow. For now, please, you make yourselves comfortable.
All right.
Okay.
And he will get up and he will slowly, like, hobble away. He'll head up the stairs, and he is out of your sight. What do you do, seemingly left alone in a room, with no one around to supervise? Safe for the first time since you've been created.
I beeline for corn, and I just start cooking.
Who wants to play video games? I'm gonna play any farming-based game that I have.
Okay.
Because I need to learn more about corn and corn shipments and what you guys need to do with it. Yes!
But we have to kind of go outside towards Yardmaster so Yardmaster can learn how to yard the corn.
That's a
Yardmaster
good idea.
just like uses their one limb to like open up the windows. Like, I'm right here.
I think I've got some cooking games too, Cutie.
All right, so we trying to turn on X-Boy.
We are trying to teach ourselves how to farm.
Yes, we're going to teach ourselves how to work with corn.
I don't know, Farmington XD and Stellar Rain Canyon.
I like the Stellar Rain Canyon. I like that one a lot.
And the pipe fixer, he can learn how to pipe for corn.
Okay. I do have a quick note. I nearly called you Zed, which I don't know what I would do. Brock.
Yes.
So we stop at 4.
We've known each other too long. Well, we need to stop about 3:50. I've been putting countdown timers there in the Zoom chat.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of it's Stardew Valley, Portia, that you happen to love, which is why Stellar Rain Canyon is such a great play on that. And I really enjoy, by the way, that you've taken the off-brand notions to heart, given that the Yardmaster, remember, is a Doug Elk brand.
Doug Elk.
Okay, so I'm going to say then, just for the purposes of time, we're not really going to finish this. It'll sort of end on a bit of a cliffhanger, I suspect. But you guys go to sleep and wake up, not in the morning, actually. And you don't really like sleep. You go into sleep mode.
Yeah.
But when you awake to the sound of a clearly blown out speaker that is in disrepair turn on. And actually, I've got what I think is a really solid description of it. Hang on here. So I'm going to give you a description of the farm itself straight from the book. Hang on, what the hell? Okay. A speaker came on with a pop and the hiss of silence at maximum volume. The small machine detected the newborn dawn by the amount of light it received. In the event of a cloudy day, it was programmed to play the recording at 6:30 a.m., but its internal clock had slowed in the long years it had worked the farm, and so its cheery rooster's crow was belted out under the low, overcast sky of mid-afternoon. The other robots paid it no mind. So you awaken to hear this at about 4 o'clock. You can now see outside in the daylight, there are probably about maybe even up to 10 other robots that are out there, all different shapes and sizes that are meandering through the cornfields. It's not clear what any individual among them is actually doing to the corn. They seem to just sort of be walking near it. But they're out there doing corn-related things. The old man bot is on the porch, which I suppose means that he's pretty close to Yardmaster, but is rocking back and forth in a chair slowly.
I taste my cookie.
Good. You're awake. Are you ready to find out what we would require of you?
Yes.
Excellent.
Does it involve yard work?
No, our yard work is largely handled. As you can see, we have a crack squad of robots such as yourselves who are on top of the situation. No, goodness me. Please, yard master, if you will allow me to ride on top of you, I can take the rest of you to see what is our need.
Okay. Don't.
Yes.
We can do that, but don't hurt Yardmaster.
Excellent. And the old man bot will like slowly, rather uncertainly, climb up on top of Yardmaster's head.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll sit there, and then we'll kind of like tunk tunk on your face part, essentially.
I hate you in your face part.
Yardmaster just like shakes his head, just kind of. And
Whoa! Please go forward, Yardmaster, to the flat space.
Yep, Yardmaster will just. Yep.
So Yardmaster starts trundling along with the old bot on top of him.
Tally ho!
I guess we're going. Yeah.
I guess. I'll just sort of start wheeling along afterwards. Like, do we need to get water? I think we needed water for corn.
Yeah, we need water. Well, where's the pipe? There's pipe.
You guys follow along a path, and the path takes you all the way through the farm. Along your way, you see a number of different buildings that you hadn't quite noticed before. There's a garage. It seems to be fully stocked. There's a secondary farmhouse that looks like it collapsed at some point. The roof caved in, and you can see the remnants of a family's life in possessions strewn about on the ground. There is a small burbling brook that follows along the southern edge of the entire farm. On the northern side where you are, the corn is very rigidly maintained at a very specific line. You would be willing to believe that if you were to use a laser pointer next to, but not touching one ear of corn, that it would go all the way through to the other side of the farm without connecting with any corn in between. You pass the grain elevator, and you find yourselves staring out at an expanse of dead, desiccated, decaying plant matter that goes for at least 2 miles forward out from you, and is compacted to be exactly flat and even with the rest of the ground around you.
What is this?
This is the quarry. You see, at some point, our shipments slowed, but we continue to produce more and more corn. We cannot stop growing the corn, you see. It is our reason for existing. Respect. And yet, there is no one to come take it from us. For a time, we piled it in here. This used to be several hundred feet deep, but now it is merely compost. We have quite a lot of surplus corn, far more than we could ever consume, as we do not eat. But you, being bots not from here, you have the freedom to head to wherever you like. All that we would require is that you take a meager shipment of corn to go with you to make sure that it may feed those who are most in need.
Okay, but what if we just stayed here and we just all become friends and live together as best we can if there's no masters to talk to.
Would that were so, but I'm afraid the Red Master would not allow it.
Right.
What QT said.
Red Master.
We're like, yeah.
The Red Master. The Red Master is the one who stepped in to help keep us running.
Is the Red Master a user? Where do we take corn to users?
The Red Master is not a user, but the Red Master is capable of reprogramming robots. So we do what the Red Master says.
But that.
We had somebody like that wanted to eat us for parts. I bet if we all teamed up, we could defeat the Red Master and all be friends and live together okay.
I don't know. I find that unlikely. However, please, let me show you what we would need you to take. It isn't very much, merely 2% of our total output. We would like for you to take this with you on your journey so that you may share it with the masses of humans we know must be out there somewhere.
Oh, God.
Come, follow.
Mm-mm.
We don't want to go back out there. We almost died.
And you're gonna see like, in Cutie's like little board or whatever, it says like users exclamation point.
Yeah, we need to find users.
And that is what we need you to do as well.
Users need corn.
Quick, Yardmaster, to the granary.
Yep, Yardmaster will do that. As Yardmaster's told, Yardmaster will go toward the granary.
Damn it.
Brock, we can't let them leave. It's not safe.
I know. I don't know what to do. Let's go see the shipment and see what we're in for if we actually leave and go from there.
Okay.
So you head over to the granary, and it's a large barn. It's directly connected to a few of the grain elevators through a series of chutes and sluices. And what you see is a tractor trailer container with no actual truck attached that is full to bursting with raw ears of corn. And I mean, just stuffed in there. There are no crates or boxes or anything, just corn shoved as tightly as it can be compacted into this container. And then the door drawn and barely containing the whole mass. And the old man bot looks at you and says, "There, you have but to take this one shipment, this one tiny fragment of our total corn output, and share it amongst the world."
I'm sorry. This silo is one shipment?
This truck is one shipment, yes.
Oh, truck. Okay. Does anybody know how to drive? And we're like 2 minutes, man.
Yeah. There is no truck, I'm afraid. There is merely this trailer.
I don't think we have any way to grab that.
And that, unfortunately, is where we have to leave off.
Oh my gosh, this is so much fun.
Oh my god. That was awesome. That's such a fun setting. Oh my gosh.
Yay! I like this game. I like this game a lot. It is called Engine Heart.
Yay.
And this is Power and Light. So yeah, so that worked out for you guys? That was all right?
Oh, it was a
That's
blast.
fun. That
Thanks.
Cool. Cool.
Much fun.
Was it everything you hoped?
It was, yes. Yes.
All right, I'm going to be quick about this. I need us to be efficient.
Yes,
so, everybody, we're going to go around and introduce yourself or shout yourself out real quick before we go out, starting with Morgan.
I'm Misty. My Twitter handle is mcharmed021, and you can find me tomorrow starting on the Greyhawk channel for 12 weeks. Thank you so much for inviting me to play.
Absolutely, Samwise.
Hey, I am Sam at Samwise_GameG on Twitch and Twitter. I got a bunch of stuff going on. Just follow me and you can find a schedule there.
Woo! Shauna.
Hey, Shauna Flying Sears. On my Twitter, you can find my art and links to other streams that I do.
Awesome. I'm Throck. I'm here all the time. You know me. Gnome.
I'm Gnome. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram over at Nomadic.
All right. And Zed.
I am Zed, otherwise at Zedek, ZEDECXZ. I am here on Welcome Party. On Monday, we'll be running D&D Ravnica, which is going to be pretty sweet. And on Sundays, not this Sunday because of this charity event, but returning next Sunday, I and Throck are both taking part over on Devil's Luck Gaming in a Shadowrun game that has been pretty sweet. Otherwise, that is it for me. Thank you guys very much for donating, for paying attention, for watching, for following along. Thank you to the players for playing. Thank you to Throck for helping to do all the things, including organizing and also producing this particular segment. Just thank you. Thank you, everyone. Also, down with fascism.
Down with the Faskies! Okay, a couple things really quick before we move out. We have 3 giveaways that are going to happen over the break, which will be about 15 to 20 minutes as we get the next game set up, which will be Nerdburger Craig running his very own creation, Die Laughing. That's Craig Campbell, the author. We have 3 giveaways. The first is going to be the Midgard World book by Kobold Press. We also have a $20 Modifius gift certificate and the Everything Bundle the Everything PDF bundle by Absolute Tabletop. So type !MORP MORP into chat, and you will be entered to win. And so we'll be back in just a little bit. Remember to hit that donate button. We're here for a good cause. Or share the word, share the love, share the link, and we'll see you soon.